Patriots, I want to thank those of you across the country that reaffirmed your oath to the Constitution. In my mind, the 19th of April 2009 gives birth to a new hope across this country. Oath keepers from every corner of America have pledged their lives to the defense of the Constitution and the Republic. These are patriots of great honor and principle. Soon you might begin to see the separation of true patriots from those who are only posing to be patriots. In a time of crisis, those who do not stand with their convictions in their hearts will shrink from conflict. But those who stand when they are needed the most will earn the respect and love of their countrymen. And let there be no illusion of simplicity before you. The paths that lie ahead of you are perilous no matter which you choose. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered, but is nothing dear enough for you to fight for. Those who expect the blessings of freedom must be willing to stand up and fight for it. If we stand up and fight, we have only freedom to look forward to, whether it be through victory or through death. But if we submit or trick ourselves into thinking nothing's wrong, but we can look forward to enslavement without hope. And worse than that is the tragedy that will await our children when they're born owing more money than they'll ever make in a lifetime, and they won't have a constitution to protect them. For the citizens that watch this and can't imagine why a Marine of all people would be so concerned about his government betraying him, you have to realize that there's those of us who are sincere in defending the freedoms and rights of our countrymen, and we devoted our life to this. We see the agendas at hand, and we know what's coming. With the course this country's taken, it's inevitable that we'll only lose more rights and freedoms. Our government is getting too large to control or even financially maintain without outrageous taxes and laws to control dissension. They're already desperate to keep us from fighting back. The DHS has even issued a letter labeling patriots as traitors, calling us right-wing extremists and domestic terrorists. Call me whatever name makes you feel justified in persecuting me. But should I care what men of pure evil think or label me as? Should I compromise my principles and make a whore of my soul for these pieces of filth? I think not. With the DHS blatantly calling patriots, veterans, and constitutionalists a threat, and all that I have to say is, you're damn right we're a threat. We're a threat to anyone that endangers our rights and the Constitution of this republic. We don't fight for revenge or conquest. We don't fight for pride or passion, glory or fame. We're not raising an army to assault the world or ravage the globe for wealth. We're gathering in the defense of our way of life. We're being attacked under the shade of our own trees, in our own houses, on our own land. Just take something as simple as the way they use taxation to attack us. The government has declared that not only do they have the right to tax you, but take you at gunpoint and rob you of years of your life if your convictions contrast their lust for wealth. They force American citizens to work months out of the year without pay so that bankers can become richer. If being forced to work without pay to line the pockets of other people isn't slavery, well then there's no such thing as slavery on the face of this planet. The government was never intended to operate this way, and it's now becoming a danger to the people. It's become so large and the resources it needs so great that it's even forced to fabricate threats every few years to the American people just to warrant the amount of spending and taxation taking place. And we allow it. As long as we feel safe, as long as we feel secure, when the truth is that the only real threats to this country are also created by the very government that is supposed to protect us. Our government places its nose in every country's business, then places world leaders in power that meet their needs and assassinate those that don't. They create animosity across the globe, then we wonder why the countries hate and distrust us. And when they're not out harassing the rest of the world, they're spending what's yours without your consent. They're here forcing you to pay a huge amount of what you worked for, and they break into your home with guns pointed at your head when you refuse. A robber has just as good a pretense to benefit from your hard work by the use of fear and the threat of violence. Would we allow an individual to rob, murder, or bribe? Why then? Why do we allow the oligarchy that runs this country, or the elected officials that violate our Constitution, to escape punishment that you would give to a common criminal? Whether these offenses are committed by one man or an army of elites makes no difference. We patriots view these men as robbers, traitors, and murderers. And if we continue to have no defense for ourselves through the use of the law and the Constitution, then we have no choice but to defend ourselves with the last means of defense given to us by the founders, and that's the Second Amendment. Oh, but even that's continually assaulted by unconstitutional laws. The President has even recently asked that the Senate ratify a treaty allowing a global convention to undermine our rights as Americans by giving this convention the right to decide what constitutes as illicit manufacturing and trading of firearms in this country. In case you don't understand that, our President is asking that an international entity have access to gun owner information databases, govern what weapons you can and can't have, and listen to this carefully. They can extradite you and prosecute you under treaty law, and the Constitution can't protect you, because this convention is not subject to it. Sadly, though, none of this should even be a surprise to you. The excessive taxation, the government corruption, unconstitutional laws, violation of civil rights, the government size growing out of control without any regulation, the government encroaching into every aspect of your life. It all has one purpose.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
A new world order. A new world order.
In a new world order.
New world order.
New world order. A new world order.
New world order. A world order.
What I'm about to say is fact. The secret organizations of the world power elite are no longer secret. They have planned and are now leading us into a one-world communist government.
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order.
There have been prominent men that have attempted to warn us and have met their demise soon after. Some of them you may even be aware of.
For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice. Its dissenters are silenced, not praised. No expenditure is questioned, no rumor is printed, no secret is revealed.
The proof is all around you, every day. They're pushing harder than ever before. They are so arrogant and so sure that you won't stand up that they aren't even trying to hide it anymore. I don't come before you today asking for you to stand beside me. When the time comes, if I die alone in the defense of freedom, then so be it. I'm content with that. Every man must decide what is worth dying for himself. For those of you that do decide to stand, you have my love and my respect. What I am asking of you today is that you research the topics that I mentioned and arm yourselves with knowledge. Then look inside yourself and decide what is more paramount, life or freedom. Because someday soon, you may be faced with a very real and very serious choice before you that could affect the lives of millions of people, including your children and your children's children. There will be no redos. There will be no second chances. Once you make your decision, you will have to live with the consequences for the rest of your life. I can't tell you if the final line will be crossed in 2 days or 2 years. I can't tell you if we can save the Republic peacefully or if we'll be forced to violence. These are things that only time can tell. The only thing that I can assure you of is that when the time comes, I will stand. My countrymen, keep your chins up, keep your heads down, and dig your foxholes deep. And may whatever God you place your trust in guide and protect you. Godspeed, and Semper Fidelis.